Is now the time again for Xbox to try to pick up Warner Brothers Interactive Studios, and there are a ton of more games coming to Xbox Game Pass this month, and a massive indie game will be releasing in July. So there was a very interesting business deal that got announced yesterday, and it was that AT&T is merging Warner Media with Discovery, and they're going to be creating this massive media giant. So as we know, AT&T owns Warner Media, and they announced that they are going to be merging it with the TV company Discovery, and they're going to be creating, I guess, a new streaming platform of some sort to compete with Netflix and Disney. Now, Warner Media has HBO, CNN, Cartoon Network, TBS, TNT, and Warner Brothers Movie Studios. And then Discovery has the cable network TV channels like HGTV, Animal Planet, Food Network, and TLC. And they're going to be merging together. And like I said, guessing they're going to be making a just massive streaming service where you're going to be able to get all of this content in one place. Now, that is not what we're here to talk about, though. What we are here to talk about is something way more interesting, and it is that the gaming division of Warner Media, WB Games, is supposedly being split up between AT&T and then this new company and this new merger that is happening. Now, we don't know which studios are going to be going to each company, like which ones are going to stay at AT&T and then which ones are going to go over to the new Warner Media company. But this is a tweet from Steven Totilo, and he says WB Games is getting broken up somehow due to AT&T's Warner Media Discovery sale merger. Some of the gaming arm will stay with AT&T and some will go with the new company. No further info. WB Games lists 11 studios, games for all kinds of IPs and devices. Now, when we look at those 11 studios, here are the ones that are included. We don't know which ones are going where, but it would be Avalanche Software, Monolith Productions, NetherRealm Studios, Rocksteady Studios, TT Games. Then you got all of the WB studios from Boston, Montreal, New York, San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. And then we go over to the WB Games website and we look at the games that they have published, and they are some of the biggest franchises and the biggest IPs out there. The biggest one, I think, between them all is Mortal Kombat with NetherRealm, who creates that game. One of the biggest fighting franchises ever from way back on the Super Nintendo up until now, and it just continues to get better. Then they have all of the Batman Arkham series with Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and then another great game, Shadow of Mordor, and then you have all of the Lego games as well. So there is just so many great IPs under WB Games and just their publishing companies and their studios that the talk now is coming up because they were apparently selling them back in 2020, and then AT&T took it off the table. But who knows now that they're splitting up if there are future plans for selling these studios off and giving them to potentially Xbox or another player in the realm. All in all, when it comes to WB Games, this deal isn't going to be closed until mid-2022. So when it comes to Xbox trying to swoop in here and purchase up those publishers, purchase up those developers, it's not going to happen probably for a very long time, and who knows if they're even thinking about doing this. I think obviously there are some great games that have come out of the WB studios that would be great for Xbox to get. I mean, if they were able to get Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm as an exclusive part of Xbox Game Studios, it would just be that fighting genre game that they don't have right now, that they're going to have within Xbox Game Pass and in their ecosystem. And hey, maybe they use them as well to eventually bring back Killer Instinct. You never know, but there's so much to speculate on this, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't know if whatever studios don't make it through the split, if AT&T will want to keep them or if they want to sell them off, or if Warner Media and Discovery will even want anything to do with some of these video game franchises and having to deal with all the publishing and all that kind of stuff. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think right now it's just all pure speculation, and people are thinking that because this merger and acquisition is happening, these studios are going to be up for grabs for somebody to come in and take them over, as this won't be a point of focus for these companies, as they're going to be focusing on television streaming, movie streaming, competing with Netflix and competing with Disney Plus and stuff like that. So Xbox announced the next slate of games coming over to Xbox Game Pass, and it's a massive slate of games compared to, I think, other months that we've seen. I think there are more in this month than I've seen in a while. And maybe because there isn't that one big, huge hitter that we have been recently seeing, but there are some great games in here. So firstly, I'll just go through them all. I mean, I don't know about all of these games. I don't know what they're all about, but I'll just name them off here. So we got Peggle 2, Plants and Zombies Battle with Neighborville, Fusion Frenzy, an awesome original Xbox game that upgraded through the Xbox Series X and even the Xbox One X with auto HDR and all that kind of stuff, and it looks awesome. It looks like it's a brand new game. It's one of those games that brings back so many good memories when it was actually released on the original Xbox that I used to play all the time. Then we got Joyride Turbo. We got MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, which I think is a game that will probably be enticing to a lot of people to want to check out. I will probably check this one out. Conan Exiles, The Catch, SnowRunner, as I talked about yesterday, which was out today actually on Xbox Game Pass. Maneater, The Wild at Heart, Knockout City, which is a brand new game from EA. Looks like a multiplayer dodgeball game, which I think I will check out and see what it's all about. Got Slime Rancher, Spellforce, Secret Neighbor, and Solasta. So that is a large list of games, and they're all spread out between cloud, console, and cloud, console, and PC. Now, what's interesting about this list of games is they are being released between today, starting now with SnowRunner, all the way through till the end of May, which the last one is being released on May 27th. So we're getting a bunch of new games this month that we didn't really expect, meaning that they're probably going to have a bunch more games coming out for June, and they're trying to get these out there right now with an announcement. Now, besides all of these games coming out to Xbox Game Pass, there is another game that got a release date announcement, and a game that I think a lot of people are excited for, and that is the ASCENT. So the ASCENT is a cyberpunk looter shooter, and it's going to be releasing on July 29th for Xbox and PC, and it's going to cost $29.99 if you are thinking of just picking it up, but it will also be releasing day and date on Xbox Game Pass. Now, for me, this is a game, when they first showed it off, I was instantly interested in it just from the actual look of it with the cyberpunk style of environment, and it looks like it isn't going to disappoint, as graphically it does look stunning from the videos that we are seeing on it, and it has that like isometric Diablo style camera, and it's going to be twin stick shooting, which is always a ton of fun. Just a ton of more games coming over to Xbox Game Pass, as well as the ASCENT coming out on July 29th. So there's going to be tons of stuff to play for the next couple of months, and I'm sure there's going to be even more games coming in June with Xbox Game Pass. And hey, maybe they're going to Ninja drop some stuff on us at E3 during the press conference. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think that Microsoft and Xbox are going to try to swoop in and get some of those Warner Brothers interactive studios? Let me know what you think about these Xbox Game Pass games coming between now and the end of the month. And let me know if you're excited to play the ASCENT. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you like what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button to help this channel grow and help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.